So if anyone wants to go to Whole Foods with me on that day.
Can we all just go?
Right.
I brought the kids. Everybody get one thing you want.
Everybody gets one thing. Make sure it's non-GMO.
Everyone gets like a $5 budget. Don't buy all candy.
All these guys are on me. I got them this month.
Exactly.
While you're online, I'm sure you've heard about traditional yoga. Right? I'm gonna need your hands.
Maybe if we all end up shopping and we talk to you, I think your short guy friend, you'd be like, "Oh, they're legit. It's not we're threatening with lots of us." It's like, I better do this.
You're legit using this EDT.
You must be
Spread the wealth.
Everyone would dress up in their fanciest clothes and go shopping.
Yeah.
Fancy
Remember,
shopping
we got $100.
Yeah,
That's not going to be too much.
You look presentable.
Yeah,
Yeah, be presentable.
It's only once a
Yes,
month
we
you
have
get to do this.
$100.
Okay, and people are waiting. Sitting head, neck, and trunk straight. Chin is parallel to the floor. Beginning Kapalabhati, either at my rhythm or your own, you choose. Saviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Diyo Yonaha Prachodayat Om Bhurvaswaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dio Yonaha Prachodayat Om Bhurvaswaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dio Yonaha Prachodayat Om Bhurvaswaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dio Yonaha Prachodayat Om Bhurvaswaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dio Yonaha Prachodayat Om Bhurvaswaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dio Yonaha Prachodayat Om Bhurvaswaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dio Yonaha Prachodayat Om Bhurvaswaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dio Yonaha Prachodayat Om Bhurvaswaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dio Yonaha Prachodayat Om Bhurvaswaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dio Yonaha Prachodayat Om Bhurvaswaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dio Yonaha Prachodayat Om Bhurvaswaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dio Yonaha Prachodayat Om Bhurvaswaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dio Yonaha Prachodayat Om Bhurvaswaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dio Yonaha Prachodayat Om Bhurvaswaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dio Yonaha Prachodayat Om Bhurvaswaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dio Yonaha Prachodayat Om Bhurvaswaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dio Yonaha Prachodayat Om Bhurvaswaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dio Yonaha Prachodayat Om Bhurvaswaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dio Yonaha Prachodayat Om Bhurvaswaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dio Yonaha Prachodayat Om Bhurvaswaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dio Yonaha Prachodayat Finish this last exhalation. Unless you're wanting to continue. If you want to continue, by all means, please continue. If you're ready to move on, placing a roller horizontally in front of the eyes, opening the eyes, sliding the eyes to the right. One line to the left. Continuing back and forth. Next time the eyes approach the right, center, blink, and shut. Then placing the roller vertically, opening the eyes, sliding the eyes to the top, one line to the bottom, continuing up and down. Next time the eyes approach the top, center, blink, and shut. Now placing an imaginary clock there, opening the eyes, taking the gaze to 12. 1, 2, 3, touching all points of the periphery. Next time the eyes approach 12, center, blink, and shut. Keeping the imaginary clock there, opening the eyes, returning the gaze to 12, this time going counterclockwise. Same thing, touching all points. Next time the eyes approach 12, center, blink, and shut. Allowing the eyes to soften to the back of the skull, bringing those palms together, rubbing them together, getting lots of heat, lots of energy. When you feel the heat, cup the palms over the eyes, taking the energy from the crown chakra directly to the arms, that forms the palms, back into those eyes. And then once the heat begins to dissipate, gently give the eyes, temples, cheeks, anywhere that needs an extra little touch this evening. And when you're ready, open the eyes, take the hands to the knees, and just begin to make some big circles. Oops. Hello, Alex, and Linda, and Mimi, and Lisa, and Ruthie, and Kelsey. There's Alex, Linda, Mimi, Lisa, Ruthie, and Kelsey. Okay. Make the circles just a little smaller now. Now make them just above the hips. Pause in neutral and make circles in the opposite direction. Big circles. Make the circles a little smaller. And now just above the hips. Pause in neutral, push the legs forward. Go quickly, just to a very quick Paschimottanasana. We're not going to be here very long. With the inhalation, bring it back, but I want the opposite leg in that lead position. And make some big circles. So this Kriya is good for elimination. So not just the food that we eat that we need to eliminate, but the experiences that we have that we need to process, digest, eliminate. Circles a little smaller. And think about every day we have new experiences. And we have to digest all of those experiences. What is not digested gets stored. Because it will have to be digested at some point. Now just above the hip pointers. If that doesn't make you want to eliminate having different people and different things in your life, then you dance as a motherfucker.
You gonna sink?
Because you have control. You have some control. And if you choose not to take that control, that's on you. So if you choose to keep putting yourself in situations, keep hanging out, doing the same thing, knowing that you're going to have to digest those, because now you know. You're not ignorant of the fact anymore. Now you know. And if you keep doing the same thing, keep living the same life, that's completely on you. Pause, take it to the opposite way, opposite direction. Big circles. So if you know watching, and we'll talk about politics because that's this big thing now, if you know that that is driving you insane, then remove it. If you know that news just makes you seethe, then don't watch it. If you know that certain people in your life encourage you to do things that are not beneficial for your growth, then don't have them in your life. Smaller circles. If you know that certain food makes you feel a certain way, then don't eat it. The guy that I do privates with that had a stroke. It's been almost 120 days now, I think, since his stroke. And he has lost 25 pounds. And so he was having this, because he finally got under the 200 mark. He was like 199, so he was like really stoked. And he's like, I'm going to have, his favorite thing was Godfather's pizza. So apparently there's a Godfathers in Cheaper Heights, and so that was his celebration, right? And he said but think about it, right? Like he's been putting all this effort.
Yeah.
So he got this pizza, and he said he ate a piece, and he kind of just chewed on the second piece. He was like, I was like, wow, this feels so heavy. It's not enjoyable. And it's like, so here he is, just that awareness with food, which is really powerful. So just right above the hips.
What did he start at weight-wise?
225.
Oh, because he lost 25 pounds.
Well, 26 technically, but
Math.
yeah. Math, right? But that's the finance guy, is that correct?
I did read a political article today about how the first rescue dog is now in the White House.
Oh, rescue dog.
Mm-hmm. It's the first rescue dog that's ever been in the White House. I was like, I read that article.
Right.
Well,
There's my politicalness for the year.
Right.
She's on American duty.
And then pause, push the legs forward, back to Paschimottanasana. It's like we talked about yesterday. The healing has to take place on a personal level, and then we will have healing in the world. As long as we keep doing the same things, which is what we just said, right? We're going to have those same experiences because we're not digesting it. Greg has changed his experience of what he normally eats. So now when he went back to try to eat something that was part of his norm from before, it was no longer acceptable to him. But that's because he was making those changes. It's powerful.
Yeah.
I mean, this is right. This is on
So
this really
great.
physical, right? Yeah, it's on this physical level.
This is his favorite food too. It's not like it was just anything.
Right, exactly, yeah. Yeah, he had been looking forward to it since he started taking classes with me. He's talking about when I get under that 200 mark, I'm getting this
That's
pizza, it's my
nice.
celebration. And then, here, expectations, right? But he had this and it was like, and then he felt, really kind of heavy over the weekend.
He didn't make his goal.
He did, yeah, and that was his goal, and now he has another goal, but he's like, yeah, I don't know that I'm going to have food as my reward.
Great.
But how many of us do? We go to food for comfort.
Ice cream.
Nice chocolate. But it goes on with my theory that it's really healthy for you and eat as much of it as you want. That mainly applies to chocolate.
And pull it up. Pull the legs in, come over to all fours.
That would be greasy. Thanks, Greg.
You gotta pick and choose your battles. Not battle.
Okay, lift the left leg up. So let's try to draw the toes towards the shin. Lift the left leg. So we want 90 degrees between the left thigh and calf. And then try to have the foot really drawing back. Try not to lean too much to the right. And we're just going to stay here for a few breaths. I love steamed kale. It's absolutely probably one of my all-time favorite foods. But I couldn't just sit and eat like 5 pounds of steamed kale. Because at some point my body's like, you need to stop because I need to digest this and I'm going to be really miserable. But that's what happens when we watch all of this stuff. We're miserable and we don't give the mind, the emotions time to digest it. And we just keep adding to it. And we wonder why we're miserable.
And suicidal.
Right. And angry. Release. Switch sides.
Yeah, many people just don't even know they have an option to digest things. or like they can do something about that.
Nice adjustment, Harvey. But we, here on this journey, we have more awareness, we have more knowledge, which means we have more responsibility. We can't make the excuses. The norm for us is different than the norm for others. So we don't judge, we don't ridicule them. So you can, if you can judge without hatred in your heart, so you can practice that discernment. And you're like, yeah, that's not for me, but that's the norm for them. The norm for us has to be different. We have to hold ourselves more accountable. We have to be more responsible. And release. Tuck the toes, press back, downward facing dog. Bring the right leg forward. So go ahead and have some blocks handy. Okay, now go ahead and take the blocks, whatever level you want, and lift the left leg up. So we're going to try to have shoulders, elbows, wrist in one line. Try not to move the left leg at this point, but now you're going to drop it down and push the right leg straight. So you just drop down into some sort of lunge and push the right leg straight. Or, yeah, right leg straight. Left leg, try not to let it move. 18, 17, 16. You might feel this in the outside of the hips a little bit. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release, press it back, downward facing dog. Come to a forward plank and just pause there. We're going back up there for 1 minute, so I'm going to have to stay here. Don't overdo your shoulder. Sure. Now you look like you've got some life back in life. Let's not do anything to change that.
Thank you for everything.
Oh, you're welcome. Couple more breaths. Draw the navel back towards the spine. Don't let it drop. Press back, downward facing dog. Second leg comes forward. Okay, you know what to do. Lift it up, let it be parallel. Get that alignment. 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take it back. Plank pose. Pause here in plank. So if you have a certain amount of money that you have to budget daily, if you're not addicted to things, right? You don't have to go out and spend all of that money. You're able to save it, you're able to budget it wisely. But if we have these addictions, we have to feed those addictions. It could be we have to feed shopping addiction, or we have to feed a food addiction, or we have to feed a gaming addiction, or alcohol, or cocaine, whatever it is. We have that addiction that we have to feed. Press back, downward facing dog. Okay, bring the right leg forward again. But this time, what you're going to do, so you're going to bend the right leg, and as you bend the right leg, the left leg swings around, and you push it out. So try to swing that left leg as much behind the right leg as you can. 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, nice edge, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come to a standing splits. So use the blocks if you need to. If you feel like, I want you to have a little bit of a bend in the right leg. But if you want to have the left hip open a little bit, go for it. You don't have to work so much on keeping the hips level. Now let's just get a bit of a stretch. So if you want a little bit of openness, go for it. So going back to this, so you have a certain amount of money. If you're mindful, you budget because you don't want to waste that money. Maybe you want to save some money. So you try not to spend it all the time, but if you have these addictions, right, you have to spend that money. This is exactly what we're doing with our energy. We have a certain amount of energy every day. We wake up, we have a certain amount of energy. Go ahead and release, take it back, plank pose. So you have this certain amount of energy that if you deplete it, you're going to start the next day depleted. And that's what we're doing, because the way we save our energy, the way we use our energy, we do a practice, we meditate, we eat proper food, we spend time with people that don't deplete our energy. Press back, downward facing dog. Second leg comes forward. You know what to do. Eighteen, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Standing splits. Use the blocks if you want. You can have a little bit of opening it with that leg if you choose. So back to this energy, right? So we lose energy by spending it on frivolous things, on things that are not helpful. Yet we're ready to condemn the addict, right? We're ready to condemn the person who spends his or her money on a shopping addiction or an alcohol addiction or a drug addiction. You have an energy addiction of giving your energy out to the world. Or you have a worldly addiction. You're addicted to the world. And the world depletes you. That's why it was made very clear that I was to choose either you're going to be spiritual or political. You make the choice. And I chose spiritual because politics is very draining. And release. Plank pose. Just a couple breaths here now. So every time you're out there and you are putting your energy out there, you're not rebuilding the energy. You're wasting it. No different than the person wasting their money because they're not budgeting on whores and alcohol. And release down to all fours. Let's joint stack. Right leg lifts, so we're going to do the right leg first this time. So it lifts just like the left leg did, like we did last time. So take it out to the side. Try to keep it lifted. Try not to lean too much to the left. 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Second side lifts. So folks at home, I'm not able, if you're sending any messages or anything, I'm not able to see them. So I'm not intentionally ignoring anyone. That's just where we are. 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release, press back downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, bring the right leg forward. We're going into Virabhadrasana 1. So let's have the plumb line. You can shorten the stance if you need to in Virabhadrasana 1. You can turn the back toes in a little bit more if you want. And if absolutely you really want to, come to the ball of the foot. So you're going to bring it up. Now we're going to do this really slow. So arms come up. You can keep them at the hips if you want. And then nice and slow, you're going down. So you take it down to where the fingertips touch the floor, and you bring it up. So I don't want you going super fast here. Take it slowly. Try to keep that lunge. So a total of 11 times, and then you're going to push it straight and stay low. The reason politics and spirituality don't mix you can't do them both, or activism, is because one is about social reform and one is about inner transformation. You either are transforming or you're trying to do things outside in the world. And when you transform inside, then you're okay exactly with how the world is. Because you know in your heart of hearts that you are doing everything within your power to make the world a better place. So at the end of the 11th, you stay low, push both legs straight, and just stretch it out a bit. And activism will never work because you have one group who is angry, who wants it one way, and the other group who is angry and wants it their way. And we know hate doesn't get rid of hate. Anger doesn't get rid of anger. Darkness with more darkness does not make it light.
Makes a war.
Mm-hmm. And because we have such a war raging within ourselves, no wonder there are wars outside of ourselves. No wonder our country is so divided. We're divided within ourselves. We don't love ourselves. How can we love each other? So examine yourself nightly. How did you spend your energy? You have a bank account of energy. And if you deplete it, it's not like you can just go and say, I'm going to buy some more energy. What happens is if our energy is depleted, we become an energy fanger and we want to take others' energies. Release, take it back. Now you're going to bring the second leg forward. Same thing, so we're going to do it nice and slow. But Virabhadrasana 1. That reminds me, can you come tomorrow at 5:15?
Yeah.
Okay.
For sure.
For testing purposes.
For testing purposes only. It's not a test, but it is.
Bring the arms up. Try to take it nice and slow. We lower down. And we bring it up. Total of 11 times. Try to keep that lunge. Yep, hips facing the front.
Square.
Yoga replenishes us. But we have to get really deeply replenished, we have to do it with the right mindset. We have to do it with a feeling of commitment, with a dedication. And then it will replenish you. Yoga is a way of life. It's not an hour and a half on the mat. So when we ask ourselves, how concerned am I about losing my energy? Then look at what you do. Do you spend copious amounts of time online? Do you spend copious amounts of time having a bitching session with someone? Do you spend copious amounts of time drinking, smoking, doing nonsense? Do you spend copious amounts of time thinking about what you know is right for you to do, but you don't do it? How much energy is wasted that way? If we just did it, it would take a lot less energy. But no.
Dilly dally dilly.
Right?
Dilly.
Dilly dally. Press it back. Downward facing dog and then come to all fours. How are you doing?
Good?
Okay.
Yeah, I'm good. Being
Well-
mindful.
Good.
Yes.
Yeah, don't give all of your energy tonight, right?
Right?
Because then suddenly
You
you fucked. Right leg lifts back to that same position, but back to the first side again. So we're gonna do it. So come out to that square. 18. 17.
Dog Vyasana.
That's right. 16. 15. 14. 13. My neighbor Tammy, who she's very, very much, she was a very manly lesbian, and her dog Rosie would hike, and my dog squat. It's like, really?
The girl dog would do that?
The girl dog hiked, yeah. My boys would be in the backyard squatting, Rosie would be hiking.
All three squat?
All three squat, yeah. All three squat. Tammy's like, isn't that appropriate? I'm like, it really is. And release. Second side.
They say dogs are like they're humans.
We were just talking about that yesterday.
Yeah, it's very true.
Mm-hmm.
Vader's I'd say Vader's very much like me. He's very funny and fun and loud and doesn't know what to do with himself. Is that right?
Actually, it wasn't yesterday because we were together all day yesterday. It was Saturday. G, Kelly, and I went for a bike ride, and we rode by this lady with her dog, and Kelly said, they say humans are like their dogs, and that's all I'm going to say.
So true. What kind of dog was it? Sometimes, like, what if we see a lady with, like, a poodle, and, like, her hair was, like, big and poodly, and
Yeah.
the dog was big and poodly? I was like, that's so awesome.
And release. Press back, downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, use the blocks if you need to. Bring your right foot forward and flip it on its side. We're just going to stretch the side of the foot a little bit. Try to have both legs nice and straight. So you can use the blocks if you want. You have 3 levels to play with. And breathe. So if you wouldn't waste money, why is it okay to waste your energy? Because then you know what you're doing, you're wasting your life. You are squandering this existence, which is the greatest gift that you've already received it. To be given the life of a human on planet Earth is the greatest gift you can be given. To do nothing with it would be akin to a sin. So we have to start asking the questions. Why is it okay to waste our energy on nonsense? Why is it okay to keep doing the same thing day after day? Because that means you're going to come back the next lifetime and do the same thing. That's why we get stuck in the cycle of death and birth, millions of lifetimes. And release, so foot flat, take it back, second leg forward. So we waste the energy doing the same thing. We wake up the next day, and the only thing that has changed is we've gotten a day older. That's it.
We've created more debt.
Mm-hmm. We've created more debt. Yeah. Pay now, pay later. Pay later, pay with interest. Mm-hmm. Don't think you have time. You don't. At some point in time, you will hear every human say, time goes so fast.
Mm-hmm.
2020 has been an extremely weird year, but we're almost finished with this year.
Yeah.
For a weird year, it's gone by pretty fast. And what have we done with it? What have we done with this time? Are we still looking at life the same way? And release, take it back. Downward facing dog. Come to a forward plank. We should be making a 180 every year. Go ahead, release down to all fours. Last time, lift leg lifts. So into that 90 degrees business. So you should be a different person by the end of the year than you were at the beginning of the year. And then the next year, you should make another 180 degrees. You should be looking at life differently. You should be looking at yourself differently. You should be looking at your family differently. You should be looking at the food you eat differently. You should be examining everything that you do. Are you recycling enough? Are you composting enough? Are you kind enough? Are you compassionate enough? Are you being the best human you can be at this time with what is normal, what is the norm for you? And release. Press back. Downward facing dog. Bring the right leg forward. Let's go into Virabhadrasana 2. So nice deep lunge. Have the heel and arch alignment. Spin it up. Let's hit the palms. So the palms are going to face towards the east, face towards the porch. And I just want us to pause here. I just want us to really focus on what it means. Let's think about this. So get grounded. Feel supported in this warrior pose, right? Every pose has an essence to it. And we can really feel that when we spend time with it. What does it mean to be a warrior? Warriors don't go out looking for fights. Warriors will fight if there's a fight that's a righteous fight. A warrior extends, lifts, doesn't condemn, leads by example, encourages, doesn't discourage. Push the legs straight. Okay, palms flat to the floor. Feel like someone has a hold of that right wrist and they're gonna tug you forward. Tug, 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 tug. Pause, I want you to lengthen the left side. Someone has that wrist again, they tug, 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 tug. Lengthen the left side. One more time, tug, 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 come forward, tug, 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 lengthen. Now take it down to Virabhadrasana, triangle. Gaze can be down, straight ahead, or up. You choose. So let's shoulder, elbow, wrist on top and bottom. Triangle's about stability. Triangle's some of the most solid structures in all of nature. How stable are you? If you're not stable, you can't be a warrior. If you're not stable, you're going to be emotional. When you're emotional, you don't fight righteous fights, you fight emotional fights. That's an activist. Couple more breaths here. Where's your balance? Release. Take it back, downward facing dog. Second leg comes forward. I was thinking about my dream that I had, that I told you guys about, where I was in the womb and I was like, fuck. I was just really not happy about that. Warrior 2. And I remember there was something Yogananda had said that when the baby first cries, after the baby comes out, that's when the baby realizes, like, oh shit.
Here we go again.
Damn it, we're back.
They say when you're born, you're crying and everyone's laughing. When you die, you're happy and everyone's crying.
Hopefully you're laughing when you're dying.
Yeah. Ideally, I should say.
Yeah, I mean, really, when somebody's born again, we've said this before, we should be like, oh, damn it, I'm so sorry. You back.
The outlaw abortion. Couldn't make it to Kentucky in time.
When a person dies, if they pee or poop at the time of death, they left out of the lower gates of their body. So there for a while, anytime anyone died, I would say, did they pee or poop?
Very appropriate question.
Right? Well, I don't know.
What are you, a yoga teacher?
Go check.
Yeah, the question wasn't very well received.
It's fine, I'll go to funerals and like, what? What's going on?
Hey.
What are you doing?
want to be back. Too bad we can't like wager on it, right?
Go to the casket, catch you later.
Right?
Or it's like,
Triangle pose. So same thing, 3 times. Tug, 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 tug. Lengthen, tug, 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 lengthen before you get all the way down. Part of this is when we start being really mindful of the energy that we waste. It actually is really beautiful. And that will make death so much more graceful for all of us. Because at the time of death, all this stuff is going to start to surface. All these things that you watch, the Grammys, the Emmys, the political stuff, the crime stories, all that stuff, right? Everything that you've spent time watching is going to come up to surface, and it's going to become, you're going to be so discombobulated, it won't make sense, it'll be very confusing, and then you're going to start having past life memories come up to surface too, and they're going to start encroaching and blending in, and that's going to be even more confusing. We're going to have more fear at the time of death. It's going to be chaotic. This goes back, you must learn to live joyfully so that you die gracefully. It is the most important journey of this lifetime. How many times have we said we spend hours planning a weekend trip and we don't spend any time preparing to die? Isn't that insane?
The cosmic vacation is important.
And release. Press back, downward facing dog, then come to all 4s. Do about 5 cat and cows. And then we're going to just stretch the right leg. Actually, we're going to kind of get into the IT band. So let the left leg stay in that perpendicular position. Right leg comes forward. Use the blocks if you need to. Walk to the outside of the right leg. I really want you to draw the toes back. You can stay on blocks. You can be close. You can walk away. Whatever you need to do.
what is the IT band called?
Let's see if you can find it when you get in there. What is it called, or where is it?
What does it mean? Like, what is IT?
Oh,
Does it stand for something?
It does stand for
Int?
something.
Let's see if we can find it.
Yeah. Google it.
Linda, you won?
Yeah, but I can't get any messages.
Linda, we look later.
Here.
Yeah. Linda.
Is our back toes tucked or?
Keep them pulling in towards the shin. Yep.
Back?
Oh, whatever feels best on the knee. I personally like ball of the foot for my knee.
She said
Iliotibial.
Ilio.
That was my third guess.
Iliotibial.
She said that name sounded like a dinosaur. I was like, all of these names fucking sound like a dinosaur. I'm like, what are you talking about?
Then we just did a little side step, and that's anatomy.
I enjoyed her.
And that, folks, is anatomy. I died.
She was good. She
hours.
I'd charge that after hearing that. Then I'd be ONG some money for seeing script.
Right?
Like a lot.
Upavisto Konasana.
Ooh, these are glasses.
And release. Walk it back. Switch sides. I said switch sides. Draw the toes back. Try to keep them pointed up and then walk to the outside.
Do it straighter.
No, I just did it.
This is just a twisting part.
Mhm.
This is not the
Yeah.
Just like rotate it.
tibial part.
Yeah.
Yeah, keep drawing the toes back.
There.
Does it like run like all the way up the leg?
It's on the outside. You don't feel it on the outside?
I'm feeling this.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's not, I mean, it's a lot of places.
Yeah. It feels like
It is
it's
not in your ears, though.
internally back here.
There.
Or down here.
You might feel it in your ear.
Still waiting for that hero yoga class.
But we start with this.
I can't do it.
That's not their job.
What's
That's
right here?
separate.
I move.
Great.
Distinguishedly moved.
The gnome knows.
This gnome nose man is gonna get so fun.
Oh my gosh.
I just saw like Karen saw it and commented on it. I was like, I'm so glad she's watching.
Lady Garden.
That was
So much of it,
and she
everything.
was like, pause that, go back. What did it say? He's like, rewind it. I need to see that. Pause it. Right
Can
there.
you imagine watching that not knowing what the hell is like going on here?
That's how
You
we
know
get
what's
people
great,
to
though?
come to yoga.
This is because there's this huge spiritual facade out there. It's like we were talking about, you
Yeah.
have to look away and you have to act a certain way and and I don't really fit into it.
No. We're out here hiking our legs and peeing
Yeah. Yeah. Oh.
in the woods.
The lady garden. No I'm saying.
No, I'm saying.
Half an inch is big.
Yeah, for a gnome. The fuzz, and
Yeah, the fuzz. the big.
The afro.
he like spun out of your mouth.
I like watched it and I got home. I was like, I had to go home. I was like, you watch No Nose? He's like, no. I was like, I'll watch it again.
Empty your bladder first.
And release. Bring it back to all fours. So cat and cows. That reminds me, there's a story about Swamiji. And he, there was this Swami that came to stay at the caves, and apparently he was quite bloated and quite very ego kind of stuff. And Swamiji just really had a problem with him. But anyway, so for like 3 days, there would be like a pile of poop on the guy's pillow area, his sleeping area. So he was getting really frustrated with
The
this.
same pile?
No, they would clean it up and then there would be a new pile of
Oh.
I want to hear
Yeah.
Hold on, swing the legs, push it out, back to Paschimottanasana. And so finally the guy got really disgusted and left. So his master said, "Did you poop on his stove?" So just said, "Yeah." Yes, I did. And he said, "Good." green stuff or whatever he would
Did
go.
he like use the sheets to wipe too?
I think they had sheets. It was probably just like his little like. But yeah, there was poop. And can you imagine? Like your teacher says, "Did you poop?" Yes, I did.
Yes, it did.
Good.
Yes, I.
Good.
He probably looked at us like, "That's Bole's poop." But he never came back.
That's weird.
Such hospitality.
With the inhalation, bring it up, bring your left leg in, and go forward.
What reminded you of that?
I don't know.
Yeah, you poop.
No, I don't have to poop.
We are gonna have to poop later after all that
Mm-hmm.
Oh, peeing.
whirling.
Throwing up spittles.
Yep.
Oh, a good poop is just magical.
Isn't the best?
On a pillow.
Yeah, I guess.
Could you imagine if you didn't see it and you're like, oh,
Uh,
it's poop? Yes! I've been foiled again.
Yeah.
Now you can stay there or bring the leg over, and let's just stretch out the hip a little bit. And the back of the leg too.
You've been what again? I've been
Foiled.
foiled. What does that mean?
Leg tricked again.
I wonder where that slang even come from. It doesn't make any sense.
Foil?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's
Yeah,
fun to
it
say. I
was-
think it's like from the 40s or something
Yeah.
like that. I'm gonna start bringing some 40s sayings back.
Let's do it.
Right? Let's do it.
Actually, I've been trying to bring back not like saying
No, we
something.
haven't. Nah. It's the best.
We should have like one thing that we just say from TYS and then people just start to recognize it.
We should make
Make
our
it more
own.
cult-like.
Secret handshake salute or something.
Right?
Is it we're not weird enough as it is?
They'll really stay away.
I'm hoping for another big urban yoga movement and they invite you.
Not.
Oh no.
Dude, urban bowel movement.
Too much crap. Everyone's
Ew.
gonna do shit afterwards. Like, what is
Why
wrong
is
with
there so many porta potties here? You'll see.
You're about to do some creatives for pooping.
Why are we doing yoga?
Yes.
I need some toilet paper.
That's like I was asked to teach like for the Warped Wing brewery again, and I declined it because I find it interesting now because it's like, why do I want to teach people and then sit at a bar?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like I did it before because it was fun, like social. I'm not a drinker, so I'd usually sit there and like they're like only a root beer, which is pretty good. But I declined it, and I felt very like I was like, look at me grown up.
Nice. I've never even been asked. Why don't you do powers? Not.
We're trying to keep our customers.
Bad for business.
Too much truth.
And then bring it up, bring that leg, bend it in. And go into that twist.
Is there a twisting?
Yep. behind. Push the legs forward. Paschimottanasana for a couple of breaths, and then Jani Shirsasana on the second side. What was that?
My belly. Kids go back to school tomorrow, so I took them all like grocery shopping today, so they could pick out I took my oldest to pick out groceries for like school lunches, and then I made like a bunch of food, so I ate a bunch of this earlier.
So are they required to wear a mask
Yeah,
all day?
all day.
Wow.
From 9 a.m. to 1:30. So they're a Volkert, so they go Tuesdays and Fridays. So like today was independent learning, where they just get emailed assignments. Thursday is independent learning, and Wednesday is Zoom meetings. So Wednesday nobody goes to the schools.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then they go Tuesdays and Fridays.
And do they have like plexiglass between?
I have no idea. I felt bad because like even like the teacher was like, to be honest, I don't even know if anyone knows what's going on, but kids are coming back. I was like, alright.
Yeah, this is such a new place, right? I mean,
Yeah, and it's like you can't get mad at the teachers or the school because the state is just telling them what to do, and then the state is being told what to do by somebody else. But it's like telephone. So by the time it gets to like the school, they're like, shields, we need shields.
Mandatory knives.
It's like, it's just out of control. It's just, whatever.
shields because on guard.
Yes.
Now you can stay there, you can take the leg over top of that leg.
Yay, we're putting money back into the extracurriculars.
Oh, not. We'll see how it goes. I mean, my kids are in basketball, but like we can't watch them practice. And when it comes to a game, only one parent is allowed per kid.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Which I'm like, well, I'm fortunate we have twins. So like we both get to go to every game.
Oh, sweet.
Right? But then I think about like all the other parents, like how crappy, like, no, I'm gonna go to the
I'm
game.
going. I'll tell you how your boy did. Not good today. He had no skill.
Yeah, it's weird. It's strange times we live in.
And you know what? It's going to get more strange.
Yeah, it's fine. I'm just here.
I'm just watching.
Watching it go down.
That's, we have to be here, right? We have to do our practice so that when things become more and more strange, we stay more and more settled.
Yeah.
Because we don't want to add more strange, chaotic energy out there.
Yeah.
That's going to make it even worse.
Mm-hmm.
So if we can stay, it's like the Kali Yuga, they talk about pockets of truth that will ring in, and we're at the 11th hour with this shit. We are totally at the 11th hour. But for me, it's exciting because it's like, we know what the problem is.
Mm-hmm.
And we know what the solution is.
Mm-hmm.
Now we just have to do the work. So 2 out of the 3 we've got figured out. We just have to do the work. That's exciting. We don't have to figure anything out. We just have to do it.
These get degrees.
Right? D's get degrees. We just have to do the work. And it starts by, what are you spending your energy on? You're not going to waste money. Why do you waste your energy? Because it's much more dangerous to waste your energy than to waste money. Because that's going to keep you coming back. And like that dream man.
There's gonna be more storms if you come back.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's not gonna get easier. I mean, think about the kids that you talk about, these indigo kids. Go into that twist, right? So bring the leg up, go to the twist. We talk about these indigo kids and how the indigo kids are gonna save us. No, the energy on planet Earth right now is so rajasic, it's so chaotic. Like attracts like. We're drawing that chaotic energy to us. So the folks that are being born now are gonna become more and more chaotic. That's not helpful.
That's something.
Mm-hmm. Remember, it takes really great karma to want to know God. It takes better karma to do something about it. And it takes the best karma to have a plan, right? We come from a living tradition. Swamiji is very much a part of all of this. We have all three. We have all three right here. We went and looked at that Instagram page, Rachel, of that dude.
Oh yeah, did you?
Holy cow!
Right,
Did
so-
you look
I
at
looked
it?
at it. Did you see the picture that he posted of like the company and the panda? Wasn't that the same guy? Maybe I on a different page.
He's
It's
a
like
white guy
like-
with this
The
fake
weird
Indian accent.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like, dude.
And then he started talking, and I was like, shh.
But he had that picture of the panda with the like little guy on it and said, "What's better, the journey or the destination?"
Oh, I didn't
He had
see
that posted on his Instagram. I was like, "This is
That
too
is
good."
about
Hilarious.
That's so funny.
Because I saw that Kay Strewberry was following him, and I sent her a message. I'm like, you need to quit following him.
Unfollow him now. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it was insane.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, it's like, dude, you're taking selfies, and he calls
Right.
himself a Swami, but he's also a motivational or inspirational speaker. You know,
Half of his pictures were just selfies. Yeah.
yeah, and he's all like manicured and shit. It's like,
Very manicured.
damn.
Probably gets a lot of ass.
You're not supposed to if he is
Right.
Swami.
Mm.
Yeah,
That's the
that
reason
was.
why I think he gets a lot of ass.
I think you might be onto something there.
He is something. Yeah, when you said that about the attitude, I was like, right?
Mm-hmm.
I heard it. But I heard it, I was like, man, this guy pronounces things very well. Like, I could tell he was like a white man.
Mm-hmm.
Just like the tone of his voice. And then, like, when I went to his page, I was like, oh, you fake.
Right.
That's not real. I get it now.
You a good impersonator.
Yeah. So I've been listening to the other one.
Which was my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
And then release, push it straight. Paschimottanasana for just a breath or two, and then go into Baddha Konasana for a breath or two, and then Upavishta for a breath or two, back to Paschimottanasana.
So you guys did find a version that you like?
Mm.
Of the,
Yeah.
the one, yeah, I can send you
Yeah,
that.
send it,
Rachel
whatever you guys
sent.
send it to me, because that would be nice to study or listen to.
Just listen to it.
Yeah.
All I do, I just listen to it.
It's
Yeah.
really nice to listen to.
Yeah.
I have so much more love and respect for it since I had the whole dream encounter with Swamiji.
Because that was the one that you didn't know necessarily by heart.
Right.
It was the
Mhm.
one that came to you and you
In
could
the
say.
dream. Mhm,
Yeah.
mhm.
That's wild.
Yeah. Mhm.
That is so wild.
Yeah. So beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
This is what I mean. This is Swamiji's alive and well here.
Right?
So we have all three, which makes us we have so much more responsibility. I love that. It's exciting.
Really good.
Oh, so now we have a new viewer. I don't think it's probably new, but it's just not showing up. Kaylee's watching. Pretty sure she's not tuning in for just relaxation.
Oh, look at the time. Oh, yep, it's not that time.
It's time for my evening nap. I'm pretty sure she's been here. But that guy was definitely sketchy.
For sure.
See, and if we give energy to that, we have to digest that. So there are people, you know, how, I don't know how many watchers or whatever he has, but that's a lot. And then Paschimottanasana for a breath, and then we'll come to the back for relaxation.
He has a lot.
So that's, yeah, all of those watchers then are going to have to, I mean, that's creating all of this
Spiritual, like,
problem, this stuff
understanding.
that, yeah, lack of
or what
understanding.
were you saying before about the spiritual, like, I don't know, the facade.
Mm-hmm, yeah. But we live in this time, right, where spiritual people, the ones that we consider most spiritual are the ones that talk the loudest. Apparently talking in an Indian accent. So now we shall lie on our backs.
Oh boy. There's the thing.
That's a pretty good impression.
Was it?
Yeah.
All right.
That gets you like 4 more followers.
Followers. That's what it's called.
We stay at 0.
Making any adjustments when you come to the back. So the body can become totally quiet. Totally still. And we allow the space at the crown of your head to relax. The space in between the eyebrows. Relax. Temples. Relax. Eyes. Nose. Mouth. Relax. Chin, jawline, ears, relax, neck, throat, relax, shoulders, upper arms, elbows, forearms, relax, wrist, palms, fingers, relax, tailbone, lower back, middle back, upper back, relax, chest, belly, all the internal organs, relax. Hips, buttocks, relax, thighs, knees, shins, calves, relax, ankles, heels, arches, tops of the feet, balls of the feet, toes, relax. The entire body has become totally, completely relaxed. You may be regular in your practice, but if every morning you sit without any movement for 1 whole hour and meditate, and the next minute you go out and express all of your negative feelings to others, what is the use? That's not spiritual practice. How much animosity, backbiting, dislike, hatred, I don't like her, I don't like him, is there in your life? Touch your own heart and question yourself. Am I loved by everyone? Do I love everyone? Is there any dislike towards anybody? Go to that person, shake his or her hand and say, I'm sorry I had this kind of feeling. It's terrible. It makes me sick. I am sorry. That is where the 100 days of meditation. Have no ill feeling toward anyone. The moment you have a difference of opinion or any feelings of suspicion, go immediately talk to that person. Say, I am getting a feeling like this. Please, I must clarify it. Come, let's get that over with. Don't even allow it to stay in your heart for a few hours. Sometimes these kinds of feelings come up. It's natural, but do not go to sleep like that. Before you go to bed, it should be cleared up. Don't you brush your teeth before you go to bed? You go to bed with clean teeth, is it not so? In the same way, brush your heart also. How can you brush your heart? Talk to the people concerned. Clean out negative feelings. Go to bed with a clean heart. Sleep comfortably. If you consciously try it, it becomes very easy. It is not an impossible thing. Now returning to the breath. Directing it to the toes and the fingers. Gently begin to wiggle them. And then allowing the body to stretch and to move as if for the first time today. And when it feels right, rolling to whichever side is beckoning. And when the body decides it's time, bringing it to a seated posture. Om Triambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Orva Rukamiva Bandhanan Mrityor Mokshiyamamritat Om Triambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Orva Rukamiva Bandhanan Mrityor Mokshiyamamritat Om Triambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Orva Rukamiva Bandhanan Mrityor Mokshiyamamritat Om Triambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Orva Rukamiva Bandhanan Mrityor Mokshiyamamritat Om Triambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Orva Rukamiva Bandhanan Mrityor Mokshiyamamritat Om Triambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Orva Rukamiva Bandhanan Mrityor Mokshiyamamritat Om Triambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Orva Rukamiva Bandanan Mrityur Mukshiyam Amritat Om Triambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivaranam Orva Rukamiva Bandanan Mrityur Mukshiyam Amritat Om Triambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivaranam Orva Rukamiva Bandanan Mrityur Mokshiyam Amritat Om Triambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivaranam Orva Rukamiva Bandanan Mrityur Mokshiyam Amritat Om Triambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivaranam Orva Rukamiva Bandanan Mrityur Mokshiyam Amritat. Tvameva Mata Chapita Tvameva Tvameva Bandhuscha Sakha Tvameva Tvameva Vidya Dravinam Tvameva Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva. Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinaha Sarve Santu Niramayaha Sarve Bhadrani Pashantu Ma Kashchit Dukkha Bhavesh. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. May all be happy. May all be healthy. May all experience prosperity in everything. May all be free from suffering. Om peace, peace, peace. Let me cherish those that God cherishes. Let me forgive those that God forgives. Let me serve those that God serves. Let me love those that God loves. Jai Shri Ram. See you tomorrow.